Hello, Year 3, and welcome to your PSHE video for Monday, the 8th of February, not January, February now. What we're going to be doing today is we are going to be looking at different statements, and you're going to find out whether they're true or false. You should have done that already before looking at this video. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go through those statements with you, tell you whether they're true or false, and then I'm going to tell you your activity, okay? So let's have a look. And this activity is called Super Searcher. So my first statement, most 12 to 15-year-olds who go online say if they visit a new website, they would check it first. Do you think that's true or false? What do you think, Year 3? Look at your notes, what you've done. It is true, and that's really, really good of them. Most 12 to 15-year-olds who do go online say that if they do go on a new website, they would check it first to make sure that it is safe. Let's have a look at the next statement. So the next one, most 12 to 15-year-olds say, I will give details about myself to a website or an app to be able to get something that I want. So like free gifts, extra points on a game, things like that. Sometimes you can get free coins. What do you think? Do you think that's true or false? I'm hoping it's false. Let's find out. It is false. So they say they will not give their details to be able to get something that they want, that's really sensible, isn't it, Year 3? The next statement, most 12 to 15-year-olds say that not all information on social media is true. And what we mean by social media is things like Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, trying to think of other ones, TikTok. There's lots and lots now, isn't there? So do you think all the information on there is true or false? What do you think 12 to 15-year-olds think? Let's have a look. They think that not all information on social media is true, and that's absolutely right, it's not. Let's have a look at another one. Most 12 to 15-year-olds believe not all search engine results can be trusted. So that's when you go onto the internet and you can type things in on, say, Google, there's Bing, there's Yahoo, there's lots and lots of different search engines. Do you think that when you type things in on these search engines that you can always trust them? What do you think 12 to 15-year-olds believe? True or false? They believe that not all search engine results can be trusted, which is good because it can't. Sometimes some people put things on the internet that's not exactly true. And that's why we rely on the people around us to find these things out for us. And we trust those people as well, don't we? So I've got a question for you here. And once I've read this question, I'd like you to pause the video and see what you think, okay? So half of all 8 to 11-year-olds think that only some search engine results can be trusted. What do you think? So pause the video and I'd like you to have a chat with the person that you're with, your grown-ups, your auntie, your uncle, brother, sister, and think about this question and add your own opinion. What do you think? Off you go, Year 3. Right, so you should have had quite a bit of time now to look at that video, that statement, and see what you thought. So let's find out. So it says true and false. And it says here, half of all 8 to 11-year-olds think that only some search engine results can be trusted. Search engines like Google and Bing have safe browsing technology to warn people if there is a website that might want to steal some personal information. So that could be your name, your address, or install software to take over the computer. That's like a virus, and that can break your computer sometimes. These only work with certain browsers like Chrome or Firefox, and they don't catch every dangerous site, so you still need to be careful. Always check with an adult if the site doesn't look quite right or if it is asking for some personal information. And it's really, really important when you're on the internet to make sure you know exactly what you're doing and always to have a grown-up around you, because sometimes things can pop up and you might think, oh, that looks like a good game. And then you can press it and it can take you to something completely different. And we need those grown-ups around to help us when things like that happen. So I just want to go through the Super Searcher tips before I tell you about what you're going to be doing today. So there are 4 tips to help you. So super search your tips. Use at least 3 sources to check if the information is real and truthful. So you can use different browsers, different websites to make sure that you can check that that information is real. It might be something in the news. There's lots of things it could be for. The next one, if you're not sure or if you haven't used the site before, ask an adult. And that is so important. You really do need to ask a grown-up if you are ever unsure. It says check in a book. Now, books are almost always right, unless they're fiction books, because they're the ones that are made up stories, aren't they? So you can always check in a book for factual information, things like encyclopedias, things like that, non-fiction books. And then it says here, use the search term for kids. So if you was going on to Google and you wanted to type in, say, African animals, what you could do to make sure that it would be safe for you to look at, you could type in African animals for kids, and then it will bring up the right content for you. If Miss Dunn was looking at hamsters, I could type in hamsters for kids. If I was looking for, say, a pair of new trainers, and I didn't want them for me, I wanted them for Bethany, I could type in trainers for kids or trainers for children, because then I wouldn't be getting all the adult trainers in. So it's just looking at things like that, okay? Now, what I'd like you to do today, using all the information that you found out during this little session, I'd like you to create a poster all on super search tips and how you can make sure that you are staying super safe online. So you could pause the video. Once I've finished this, I'll keep this bit on for you, and you can have a look at all the different tips and put them on your poster to make sure that you are staying safe and all the people around you are staying safe. I hope that makes sense, year 3. Good luck, and I cannot wait to see your amazing posters. See you soon.